Hello, I'm Agelinda. I'm a senior marketing manager at Pizza Hut Indonesia as head of commercial marketing. And I'm also a student of the executive MBA program at IPMI Institute. Today, I will take you through the mind mapping of our corporate finance class, discussing about time value of money, capital budgeting, portfolio management, capital structure, dividend policy, fraud risk management, and the last one, ESG trends, as guided by our esteemed lecturer, Professor Roy Sembel. Let's get started. Imagine you're the captain of the ship, steering through stormy seas. Your ship is a business, and corporate finance is the map, compass, and radar that guide you to a calmer waters and profitable shores. Today, I'll share you how corporate finance equips businesses and investors to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and solve problems across investment, financing, and dividend decisions. Let's start with a foundational concept that drives decision-making for managers and investors, like the time value of money. Imagine you own a bakery and decide to set aside $1,000 from your profit each month. If you simply keep the money in a jar, after 10 years, yes, you will have $120,000. But what if you invested that money with a 5% annual return? By the end of the same period, you'd have over $157,000. That's $37,000 extra, earned simply by understanding the value of time and compounding. For business, this principle informs critical decisions. Should they invest their capital in expanding operations, launching a new product, or acquiring another company? By calculating the present value of future cash flow, managers can make informed choices about where to allocate the resources. For investors, DVM helps evaluate whether a bond, stock, or saving plan will meet their long-term goals. So what's the lesson here? Start early, invest wisely, and let time work for you. Now let's dive into how businesses evaluate and prioritize projects with capital budgeting. Imagine a company considering two projects: building a new factory or launching an innovative product. How do they decide? By analyzing project cash flows, costs, and risk. Managers use tools like net present value, or NPV, and internal rate of return, or IRR, to evaluate which project offers the highest returns relative to investment. For example, NPV calculates the value of future cash flow in today's term, ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently. An iconic example, you can see it from Amazon's decision to invest in cloud computing division, or what it calls it with AWS. By projecting significant long-term value, Amazon allocated resources to high growth opportunity that became one of its largest revenue drivers. Imagine packing for a trip to an unpredictable destination. You bring sunglasses, a raincoat, and sweater because you want to be ready for any weather. This is diversification, a principle that applies to managing investment and minimizing risk. For example, an investor who puts all their money in a single tech stock might enjoy a great returns during a boom, but face catastrophic losses during a crash. Now consider a diversified portfolio: 50% in blue chip stocks, 30% in government bonds, and 20% in real estate. When one asset class falters, the other may remain stable or grow, reducing overall risk. For managers, this mindset applies to business investment too. A company might allocate resources across new product development, operational upgrades, and market expansion to spread risk. The goal for both investor and managers to balance the risk and reward for sustainable growth. Picture a car with two fuel tanks, one labeled with debt and one labeled with equity. Too much debt and the car will overheat. Too much equity and it moves too slowly. Companies face a similar balancing act when deciding how to fund their operations. Take Starbucks for example. During its global expansion, the company used both debt and equity to fuel its growth. Debt provided tax advantages and lower costs, while equity reduced financial risk. Striking this balance allowed Starbucks to expand rapidly while maintaining financial stability. How do companies decide whether to reinvest profits or return them to shareholders? This is where dividend policy comes into play. Take Apple for instance. After years of retaining earnings to fund innovation, Apple began paying dividends, signaling its strong financial health. Managers evaluate factors like growth opportunities, cash reserves, and shareholders' expectation to decide on dividend payouts. Investors view dividends as a sign of a company confidence in its future earnings. Here's a cautionary tale. Enron. By manipulating financial statements and hiding debt, Enron appeared highly profitable until its collapse revealed massive fraud. This underscored the importance of robust fraud risk management. Fraud risk management involves internal controls, transparent reporting, and whistleblower system to detect and prevent unethical practices. Finally, let's look to the future. Companies like Tesla have shown that profitability and purpose can go hand in hand by focusing on sustainability and innovation. Tesla has inspired a global shift toward renewable energy and electric vehicles. For managers, embracing environmental, social, and governance, or we call it ESG, practices is just about doing good. It's a strategy for long-term value creation. As captain of your ship, you will navigate storms, market volatility, competitive pressures, economic uncertainty. Corporate finance is your compass, helping you make informed decisions, solve problems, and create value. Whether you're a manager optimizing operation or an investor evaluating opportunities, the principle we've explored today will guide you towards success. Remember, financial decisions aren't just about numbers. They're about building a legacy. The compass is in your hands. Where will you steer your ship?